Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Al Larson.
And it's time to give you our WWE Fastlane star ratings. Larson, what time are we recording this?
According to my watch here, a little before 11 a.m. Sunday morning.
Correct. What time did the pay-per-view?
15 hours after the conclusion of WWE Fastlane.
Right.
Not 6 days like those
other star ratings.
We can get them to you the next day, less than 24 hours after the show ends.
By the time we get the star ratings from those other guys, I forgot of what have even happened in Fastlane. It's going to be Survivor Series season or Saudi Arabia season already. My goodness. Anyways, hopefully we can affect some real change here at Friendo Club Wrestling Larson. So, of course, WWE Fastlane in the books. Larson, what match are we going to start with?
We're going to start with the first match on the card, of course.
A great idea.
What else would we do? Of course, that is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso defeating Judgment Day, become the new tag champions. Steve, what'd you give this match?
Oh, man. Larson with Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and the Judgment Day.
Hold on. First, give me the score for the match itself, and then give me the score if you include the post-show media scrum appearance by Cody and Jey.
Oh, wow. That might set a new record. All right, fair enough. With the talent involved in this match, it couldn't help but be great, Larson. We got new tag champions, a wildly overbooked finish, more intrigue. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. If you add the post-show media scrum with Drunk Jey and Drunk Cody being new best friends, you got to give this upwards of 4 3/4. You got to add an entire star to that. But since we're only rating the actual matches, 3 3/4 for me. I think it was a really, really good match. As far as why I didn't get 4, I don't know. It just didn't have that extra thing it probably needed to get 4 stars from me.
Oh, it had it for me. I gave it 4 stars.
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right. It was a lot of fun. I said this on the recap. By and large, every match on this card, save for one, got time to breathe and tell its story.
Yeah,
and I thought this match told its story really effectively. In terms of how it affects the developments on Raw. There's a lot going on now with Cody and Jey, tag champs. Now they can go to SmackDown. Cody's got his path for a rematch against the Tribal Chief. It's right there. He doesn't have to win the Rumble anymore. The intrigue amongst Judgment Day now, thicker potentially than it's ever been. Yeah. Now there's fewer championships within the faction.
Yeah.
I thought the finish was great. JD bashing Priest in the knee with that briefcase. That briefcase is such an albatross for Judgment Day, isn't it?
You got to ask yourself, JD might be right. I think it might be cursed.
I think it might be. And they've used it effectively both to help and hurt Judgment Day. And then, of course, if you take into account, I agree, an extra star for the media scrum appearance by our new tag champs.
Oh, my gosh.
Jey and Cody. That's all told 5-star day for Jey and Cody. However, for the match itself, I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, I wonder if part of me, and again, this is where sort of the fan in me comes out, and I allow that to happen. Man, dude, the idea of Jey having to go back to SmackDown really breaks my heart. Cody potentially using Jey to get to SmackDown.
A lot of good
and then
stuff
on
here.
Top of that, dude, I love my Judgment Day. They lost those titles. I don't want them to break up. I don't want more discord between them. So, but that is it. It's all phenomenal intrigue, but maybe that colored my score a little bit. But regardless, I thought it was a super fun match.
Here's the thing. If there's issues within the Judgment Day, who steps up?
Every time. Ripley, of course.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley, yeah.
If she's taking more of a leadership role within Judgment Day, that's great.
Yeah.
So whenever there's problems in Judgment Day, she steps up, becomes the leader, and I think that's awesome. Anyways, next match. We had Bobby Lashley and Street Profits. You don't have to do that. You could say Metch here.
Mitch. They don't. Some people don't like it though.
Oh. They can get their star ratings from those other guys. Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, taking on LWO. This was the shortest match on the card. Went about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm still not entirely sure why Carlito waited till the very end to make an appearance. He could have just stood on the. They could have had the entrance with the rest of the LWO with Ray and Santos, and he could have just sat in the corner waiting to get that hot tag, and the match would have been the exact same thing.
I know.
You know.
I know.
I'm not sure what they're doing exactly with this Lashley Street Profits faction. Maybe, like it seemed like this match, Profits were in tune with what Lashley wanted to do. Yet, result L.
Yeah.
It was a strange bout. It was short. I gave it 2 3/4. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of it just I felt was kind of head scratching. I was hoping they'd set up with Carlito waiting to make his entrance to join the LWO. I thought they'd reference the birth of the NWO. He's the third man brother for the LW or for Team Sting and Macho Man. No, he's the third man for the NWO. And I thought that'd have been great if they had done that. If Carlito joined up with Lashley and the Street Profits.
Lashley and the Profits. Yeah, dude. No, I gave it 3 stars, and that might be generous. A lot of people were complaining about Carlito's theme song. I barely even noticed, to be honest with you. But then when I went back and listened to it, like, yeah, I get it. It's not his, Caribbean cool theme. I agree with you. Like, they kept Carlito. I guess the idea is they kept Carlito waiting this long since they signed him. What's another 10 minutes or 7 minutes?
So,
yeah. It was fine. Again, it's one of those things where I'd like to think that maybe Lashley maybe this will behoove him to be like, hey, you know what? We need that extra kick. We need that extra thing so that when surprises happen, we'll be ready. And maybe, because I know there was a rumor that they were going to maybe bring Odyssey Jones into this faction, and maybe that'll motivate Odyssey Jones coming in which case, in retrospect, this match will end up making maybe a bit more sense from that point of view, those guys losing. But yeah, I don't know. Carlito running out and saving these LWO guys. I don't. But the lasting image in my head of this is when they got together and they did their awkward LWO pose at the end. And Carlito didn't know what he was doing, so he's like, "Wait, what's that?"
Yeah,
oh, okay. And he didn't want to get up off his knees because probably knees are all shot now because he's old.
Could be.
But yeah, I don't know. Kind of landed with a dud. And I feel like Lashley and the Profits need to be a force to be reckoned with. That remains to be seen if they will.
Agreed there. Next up, Asuka and Charlotte challenging Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. Steve, what'd you give this match?
Oh, boy. I thought it was match of the night for me, so it got the highest star rating. I gave it 4 1/4 stars. I thought it was really, really good. They got good chemistry. I loved the opening bit that was sort of echoed the John Cena DX thing where HBK super kicked Triple H, and it really threw Cena off. He was like, whoa, I thought I was going to have to deal with both of you. What does this mean, Mm-hmm. And so Asuka misting Charlotte to kick things off, and then having a straight-up Joshi match with the Io Sky until Charlotte came back in. The finish echoing when Io won the NXT title.
Yep.
I thought it was all really good, man, so I gave it 4 1/4.
We're aligned here, 4 1/4 for me as well.
Contras are aligned.
We're aligned. Everything you said, I agree with. There's a lot of really creative stuff. The Tower of Doom spot with the Samoan drop instead of the power bomb.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Love the creativity in this match, and the constant push and pull in terms of is Bayley helping, on balance, helping or hurting Io in the long run. We saw a little bit of that in microcosm here, where she was like, "Hey, Io, get up, come on, get back in this match," and basically like threw her back in the ring. Ultimately, though, to help her get the win, distracting the ref while Asuka was tapping out to the figure 8. Really fun match, 4 1/4.
Yeah.
Next match.
Mitch.
John Cena and L.A. Knight. Yeah. Taking on Bloodline members, Solo Sikoa, and our tribal chief, Jimmy Uso.
Throw your ones up.
I go first on this one. So,
yeah,
the match of this was about as simple as it gets in professional wrestling. John Cena gets his ass whooped. L.A. Knight gets the hot tag and gets the win.
Yeah,
that was it. That was it.
It was
not a whole lot of work in the body parts here.
No,
not a whole lot of tension or intrigue between members of either team.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. Never really rose above fine. The finish made sense. The right person got the win because it propels the story forward in terms of how LA Knight is going to start feuding further with the Bloodline. And maybe we'll get John Cena versus Solo out of this at the Crown Jewel coming up in about a month. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine, but never really rose above fine.
Yeah, I gave it 3.25 because, like, I mean, I gave the Lashley match 3, and I just bitched about that. I don't have a lot to bitch about with this match. It was never gonna be anything in the first place. Like this, my expectations were met here. LA Knight got the biggest pop. He got the hot tag. There is no, I don't know. Like, I get it. You're giving LA Knight the Cena, rub to a degree, not like in a match against him, but hey, I'm aligned with this guy. He's my dude. And then LA Knight did the proper thing at the end by pointing at Cena. So he's like super babyface. He gets the biggest pops, and that's fun. But yeah, this is kind of a nothing match. It motivates Roman being upset when he gets back, which is cool. But yeah, Bloodline's a bit of a clown show right now. I appreciate Heyman being letting that Grey grow out, though. That shit makes me laugh.
It is. It's great. Those touches are nice. Last main event: Seth Rollins defending that World Heavyweight Championship in the last man standing.
Yeah.
Bout against Shinsuke Nakamura. Steve, what'd you give this match?
Man, I think this is sort of proof positive that length does not equal quality as it pertains to wrestling matches anyways. This was 28 minutes and 25 seconds, and it wasn't the most compelling thing in the world. I gave it 3.5 stars because I think both these dudes put a lot into it. But honestly, like I would have liked, I think it'd have been cool if I think that this feud overall has been a success. I really do, because I think they did a hell of a job. And I think even, our crowd, a lot of people thought that, Shinsuke might get the win here. I never really turned that corner necessarily, but there were moments in the match where I was like, I could see them. I'm not 1,000% convinced that he's not going to win this thing. I thought the match was fine. It just didn't live up to the sum of its parts. Like Shinsuke and Seth Rollins, I feel like they probably could have a better match in like 18 minutes instead of 28 minutes. It was just too much time was devoted to this match, and there wasn't enough. I mean, they did a lot of stuff, but it was too much. Sometimes they can just telegraph this stuff too much, where Shinsuke's just beating the living shit out of Seth. It's like, okay, well, there's not going to be a hell of a lot of drama like coming down to the finish, and sure enough, it was Seth getting to his feet at the 9 count. And then, Shinsuke beats him back down, gets back to his feet at the 9 count, and then a Falcon Arrow gets the job done, which I'm not super opposed to, but it did sort of land kind of flat.
Well, I gave it 3.75, and I thought it was the length didn't bother me because I thought there's enough interesting stuff going on that kept me interested in where the match was going. Nakamura using the mist, I thought was great.
I thought that was really cool.
That was really cool. And I never really felt like Seth was in danger of losing, but they booked the match for the most part well enough that, it got you invested enough in the possibility, however slight, that Nakamura get the win. I thought the ending landed a little flat because Seth spent 80% of the match just getting destroyed, hits 3 moves and wins. There wasn't like he exploited a weakness. He found a weakness. He found something to use against Nakamura during the course of the match, like Nakamura was hammering Seth's back. It didn't seem like it was much in terms of tactics or strategy that led to Seth winning, and therefore, from a story perspective, I felt like the finish landed a little flat. If it was something where Nakamura was so aggressive about going after Seth's back, and Seth found a way to turn that around to unleash a bunch of offense on Nakamura, makes all the sense. I just didn't feel like we got that from a storyline perspective. And so when Seth spends 20 minutes just, for the most part, getting wrecked, and then pedigree stomp, Falcon Arrow win, it just felt a little flat.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Otherwise, I thought these guys busted their ass, and it was really good stuff.
Yeah, no, I did. I think they definitely did bust their asses. It just the match didn't land all that great for me. 3.5 stars, I think, is fair enough. So anyways, hey, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We want to get your star ratings in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe one of you, just from how well received your star ratings are in our comments. Could be the next Wrestling Observer, could be the next other guys. I mean, hell, what if somebody drops a comment within like the first 5 minutes? They're outdoing us, you know.
It's entirely possible.
Timeliness is godliness, Larson. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the show today. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.